Hello, you're back with Beetle, back on Archero 2. Today we are going in the Sky Tower and hopefully beating floor 50 and claiming this chest. Wow! Just before we jump into that, I will give you a quick view of my character. So currently 23,700 battle power, level 18 heroic epic, plus 2 longbow. We will just upgrade this whilst we can, moving that up to level 19. A couple more upgrades here and there. Let's just get those out of the way. There we go, Ring of Destruction moving up as well. All of my equipment now, thankfully, is all epic. Just waiting on these two, necklace and ring, to get up to epic plus 1. But I do have 2 epic plus 2s and 2 epic plus 1s. I'm also only on chapter 9 on the chapter mode with a battle power of 24,000. So if you can, just leave a comment in terms of what your battle power is and what chapter you're on. Just because I think it'd be quite cool to see what everyone's battle power is at what stage in the game they're on. But yeah, without further ado, let's jump straight into the Sky Tower, floor 36 to 40. It might actually say I'm too strong because I have done a bit of leveling up since I have done the Sky Tower. So let's just see. And it does say we exceed it. So this may be a very quick video. Let's just see. So floor 41 to 45, we still exceed it. And the final one, do we exceed this or we don't? Okay, so let's just jump straight in here. So this could actually be the only floor that we need to do. So clear 5 floors of the Sky Tower. Okay, so straight away, probably looking at the fire circle or bounce arrows. I haven't done a bounce arrow build, so let's give this a go, just because I think hopefully at least this should be relatively easy. Bounce arrow, now looking that it is the boss, may not have been the best option, but then again, the fire orbs probably aren't the best either. Even though they do the most damage, you obviously are, as you're closer to the boss, so more likely to also take damage. So would try to maybe avoid that. Maybe try and get some diagonal arrows, probably the best upgrade if you have got the bouncy ones as well. But yeah, he goes down relatively easy, and let's get straight onto the Valkyrie, see what he wants to bless us with. Epic upgrade, nice, and there is the diagonal arrows, amazing. So that will actually work really well with our bounce shots, and we get an ability boost there as well. Split shot I think would actually also work really well with what our build is here with all the arrows. So next boss, what is he? Little hooded figure guy. Wow, he's actually doing quite a lot of damage. I hope I can actually do this. Maybe if I take a bit of time to make sure I am avoiding his projectiles would be a good start. Nice to see my little sprite giving me a bit of health back every now and again. So 80, actually quite a lot to be fair. My health is regenerating pretty quickly if I can just avoid his attacks for the foreseeable. Hopefully my health goes quite up. I'm moving pretty much as fast as those red hearts. The purple one's a little bit quicker. And there he goes down. We'll get the Expedition Star, a heart, and a Valkyrie. And it's an epic upgrade, Soul of Swiftness and Super Circle. Super Circle orbs are really good, but I think the move speed and attack speed is actually just really powerful, especially considering my main attack is the arrows. I think firing them a bit quicker is going to be really handy. Swift arrow, never a big fan of that. I just don't like my attack power and projectile size going down, and some spreads. Seems like that could hinder me, so I may, well, piercing arrow, there's only one boss, so that's not going to be handy. So let's get the charged arrow, giant arrow, hopefully in the boss's face will do a bit of extra damage. And we have the book, and that is the larger arrows you can see. Oh my god, those break off. They actually do quite a lot of damage. I'm going to have to be on my toes here to make sure I avoid that as best I can. It's a good job that I do have that healing sprite. I'm not sure how you could do this really without something that heals you like that. Because there aren't that many hearts, at least during a boss. It's maybe after they drop. But during, you know, I'm already back to full HP because of him. So that is... yeah, really good. But yeah, there is a heart, just so you're at least full health for the next boss. Valkyrie wants to give us an epic, and looking like it's going to be the Super Circle, as I don't really like that weapon enchantment where it auto-detaches, just because you have to stand quite close. Your range decreases massively, as well as attack power and speed. So let's just get the elemental orbs for when I am close. And their radius is actually quite big, to be fair. Ability boost, long range power, bolt circle, breath of wind. I think long range power probably fits this build quite well, considering we are using our bow most of the time. So we can stand a bit further back as long as the boss doesn't come too close. As I say that, he charges at my head, and he's doing it again. So... not the most accurate of attacks from the boss there, and my orbs are actually coming into good use there. I will see the damage review at the end. It'd be interesting to see if those orbs have actually managed to catch up to what my arrows have done, so I will check that out. Was that floor? That was floor 49, so I presume we've got one more boss to do. I do like the energy ring, but I think we'll just get our attack power up by 3 green arrows, which hopefully is considerable, and get on to a new skill now. Lucky Cracker, Blitz Strike or Invincibility Potion. I think let's just get the Blitz Strike. I don't think any of those are really my favourites, but let's just get the extra attack power for the final boss here. And we have the skeleton with the bell. Again, I think we've killed this boss quite a few times in this series so far. Don't think he's killed me yet, so hopefully he won't start today. His projectiles are slow moving, but they do hone in on you, so I'll have to be careful with those, although they are relatively underwhelming, the fact that they barely move past a snail's pace. So I am managing to dodge those, but I didn't actually then look at his little fella's arrows coming at me as well. So did take a bit of a hit there. I'll have to actually be careful now, because I imagine if I get hit by him, he'll do around 2,000-ish damage. Oh my god, he did 3,000. I've got 100 health. I really need to be careful here. Just make sure I kill this little skeleton so he can't hit me, and then it's just the boss. And now I just make sure I'm avoiding them as best I can. I'll stop looking at his health, because I'm just focused. I was focused on that just to make sure I'm actually doing damage to him, but I'll just trust the process, try and dodge his arrows, Boss is dead, get the heart back up on our health, and finally, hopefully, we'll kill him, and that is it. So we'll be able to now get that nice little chest. We get all of these rewards as well. Nice that we get the Ruin Shovel. We can go into the Rune Ruins. Let's take a look at the damage count. So main weapon there, 61%. That is relatively surprising. Circle only did 18%, but then again, I only got that really right towards the end of the run. So it's quite impressive that it still did more than that, and still did more than the Sprite. So obviously the Sprite damage I had right from the start, that is my healing. Sprite does a little bit of damage. Main focus is the heal, but it does do a bit of damage there. But yeah, really good that the Circle managed to nearly do 20%, but main weapon was obviously the big focus there. Not really much damage on any of the others. And let's claim the rewards and open some chests. There we go, claim the reward. Yes, please. Let's see what we get. So 3 chests, 5 runes, and 200 gems. That is a pretty decent reward, to be fair. Next one is after 75. So before we do the chest, let's do the ruins. We'll dig 5 at once. Let's see if we can avoid the keys. Well, fantastic start there. At least we get a chance of getting 2. Key not usually next to each other. Perfect. So we get 2 there. Key definitely not next to him there, and it was below for some reason. I always think it's not to the side, but it might be below. Didn't trust my gut there. But what do we get here? So we should get 5 of these in total, potentially 10 with the ×2. Yeah, so we do get 10. Only 2 that are fine quality, unfortunately, as we didn't get any quality ups, but that is better than nothing. Hopefully we might actually be able to do some merging in the blacksmith, but we do still have 2 more. My god, do I always start with a key? That is just my luck. So we'll go... Oh my god, and there's a key there as well. This is not going to plan. And our final dig. Let's see if we can avoid the key on the very first one. I'll go center. Perfect. Alright, so we've already got quality up. That's a good start. Now let's go middle. Right, can we get an additional quality? Key is not going to be right middle here, surely. I'm fuming. At least we get 1 quality up. What have we got here? This might be quite a good one. It's a rare Dragonflight Sword, attack power plus 50. Let's have a look at what we can actually do now in the workshop. Let's do a quick fuse here to get them together. We do get 2 additional blues on that. Nice. Let's take a look now to see if any of these are worthwhile adding on to our build. So we can only swap it for another rare. This Ricochet Strike is exactly the same. This spin speed upgrades my circle and orb, so I actually quite like that. And then this is the Sprite, so probably I think I'm going to leave it there. We did get this one new as well, but this is fire and poison. Maybe I don't want that as well. I'll maybe do a bit of experimenting. Lastly, we did get 3 obsidian chests, so let's get these opened. Can we get a purple? Nope. But 3 blues is actually really rare, which I guess is in the name of rare. But let's see if we can now do some quick fusing here as well. So the necklace looks like that is getting fused up to be purple. Amulet of Decisiveness. Looks like we can actually get this now crafted up to epic +1. So let's get those fused together. There it is, Amulet of Decisiveness Epic +1. We'll get that already attached actually, but there it is. Let's get that upgraded whilst we have the scrolls. That is the Sky Tower, floor 50. Chapter 9 most likely in the next video. As I say, do let me know what chapter you're on, what battle power you're on. Approaching 25,000 myself on chapter 9. Is that good progress? Let me know how you're doing. Appreciate it if you got this far. Catch you in the next one.
Yo, it's the gaming Beatle crawling on the scene. Joystick dreams keep my gameplay clean. Archero the game, arrows flying supreme. Dodging through the levels like I'm living in a meme. Click subscribe, let the vibes take hold. Hit that button, make the story unfold. Thanks for watching, now the secrets are told. Gaming Beatle buzzing, yeah, the legend is gold.